I want to talk about something that's been bothering me regarding the U.S. men's football team, aka soccer. A lot of people on social media are saying the reason why the U.S. men's football team is not producing top-notch football, aka soccer players, is because we have a pay-to-play model on the youth level. Now, if you don't know what pay-to-play is, it's basically saying if your kids want to go to private school, they need to pay a fee to attend a private school. If they cannot afford the fee, then they cannot attend the private school. That being said, on the MLS academies, they don't have pay to play anymore. They used to, but they don't have it anymore. On the youth private club level, they have that. And people are saying that that is the reason why US men's football, aka soccer, is not producing top-notch players. I disagree with that. The reason why I disagree with that is because on the women's side, they also have pay to play model on the youth side. But yet, we have produced top-notch women's football, aka soccer, players. The US women have won 5 Olympic gold medals on the football, aka soccer side. They have won 4 World Cup on the women's football side. So you cannot say the reason why US youth men's are not producing top-notch players is because of the pay-to-play model. Now, I want to go away from the football side, whether it's the men or the women's, right? I want to shift to other sports in the United States. We have produced a lot of top-notch athletes in other sports, like US basketball, baseball, hockey, gymnastics, track and field, ice skating, etc., etc., right? And all the sports I just mentioned, they all do the same thing. They have a pay-to-play model. But yet, they are producing top-notch athletes. Now, of course, one can argue that on the football side, for the youth, probably cost more. They probably charge more. That, I don't know. But the fact that the model is still there, but yet those other sports are producing top-notch athletes, basically saying that that is not the problem. I think the problem is we don't have a structured system, right? For example, in US football, aka egg ball, as I like to call it, or fake rugby, but that's, another topic for another day. On the youth level, those players watch videos, they watch films. Same thing with basketball. Now, and I'm pretty sure it probably happens the same thing with, other sports too. Hockey, you name it. And that's a system that they have. Basically, what I'm basically saying is, right, if you have a youth football team in California, a youth football team in Maryland, a youth football team in Texas, a youth football team in New York, Washington State, they all follow that system. They watch films. In the US, when it comes to football, aka soccer, on the youth system, we don't have that. Now, of course, a lot of clubs, I won't even say clubs, but parents, but I'll just, say clubs, on video or trace and other video recording device. They record the games, they upload it on the cloud, but as a team, the kids don't sit down and watch the game with the coach and the coach going over and saying, hey, this is what, you did right, this is what you guys did wrong, and so on and so forth. That is one of the problems. Another problem is the coaching. Again, going back to football, basketball, right? And you can name other sports in it. And I'm pretty sure they have a system, right? Where a kid in California, a kid in Maryland, a kid in New York, Washington State, and those other states I just mentioned earlier, right? They know, for example, let's say US football, aka egg ball, right? They probably never coach say, hey, I want you to run this route for a wide receiver. They know how to run that route, or they know what that coach means, sorry, right? If a coach say, for example, a linebacker, right? We are doing cover 1, cover 2. They know what that means. Basketball. If it's a coach say, okay, we're doing zone defending, right? They know what that means. Because there's a system that they have implemented. And it works. In US youth football, aka soccer, we don't have that. A coach in California will be teaching something totally different than what a coach in Maryland is teaching. So, pay to play is not the problem. I think the problem is we don't have a system, right? Because you look at the other sports in the US, on the men's and the women's side, they're producing top-notch athletes, right? Look at men's basketball, women's basketball, men's gymnastics, women's gymnastics, men's track and field, women's track and field. So again, for me, I believe the reason why US men's is not producing top-notch players is because we don't have a system. Or if we do have a system, it is a broken system that needs to get fixed. If it doesn't get fixed, then we'll still be in the same place. But in conclusion, I strongly do not think it has to do with the pay to play. That's it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and of course, leave a comments. I would like to hear from you guys. What's your opinion on this? All right. Thank you guys very much.